I've just come back from a run, so I thought there's no better way to talk about running than when I just come back from a run. I'm having the endorphins and I'm ready to kind of talk to you guys through the history of me running. Not going to lie, I was not a sporty person at all. I did not like PE, and running was not great because I've always been short. I was always last, and it just was not my forte. So I just kind of grew up hating everything. In 2016 or 2017, I'm not too sure why, but I decided to do the Couch to 5K. I know my first Strava activity was in the end of 2017, so about 6 months before I moved here. I know I started running before I used Strava, so I think I did the Couch to 5K. I'm pretty sure I failed completing it. So at that point I lived in a village and there wasn't really anywhere to run apart from like on the country roads, which were quite dangerous and quite scary because they're quite narrow, and I always had the fear of running on those roads, so I never went on runs. And so these runs were literally just not that great runs, to be honest, and I wasn't really taking it seriously. I think I was just trying to move my body. It was around that time era when I was trying to start working out, I feel like. I'd finished university a couple of years beforehand, and I was trying to dip my toes into different workout things to try and find something that would work well with me. And then the week of me moving here to where I live now, I decided to start doing the Couch to 10K. Not the Couch to 5K, I decided I'd do the Couch to 10K. So I'd already gone 6 months after my original chance. I decided to throw myself into the Couch to 10K. And I'm fairly certain I didn't get through all of it. Yeah, so we got to week 10, day 2, which was still 5 kilometers. It wasn't even 10K at that point. And that was 43 minutes. So yeah, that stopped. So I did that from May up until August of 2018. I tried to do the Couch to 10K. Didn't complete it. I'm fairly certain I kind of stopped around August, and then didn't do any running until March 2019. So another, what, 7 months. 7 months later, I decided to try running again, and did a small 2.5K run just to get the feelers out. I did, I think, another round of Couch to 5K. That little spot of trying to do the Couch to 5K ended on April the 6th, 2019. So a couple of weeks later. Didn't really feel it at that point. Trying to run just was not working out well with me. So then we move to September of 2019. So several months later, I try again and do a short run. And then after this, we move on to 2020. I started doing a hell of a lot of walking. Not running, a lot of walking. Because it was COVID, I wanted to get out of the house and just do a lot of walks, and I was at that point furloughed. So March 2020, I decided to start logging my walks. I used to walk every single weekend, and I would usually walk 5 to 10K every Saturday or Sunday. And in March 2020, I decided to start logging these walks, and I wanted to get out of the house, and so I decided to do the Couch to 5K again. But also at this point, I was doing a lot of walking, and so I feel like I kind of did like a mix. This is probably what my third try at this point, but I was mixing a lot of walking and running. So that went from March, pretty much actually, to be honest, since March 2020. I have been pretty consistent with my Strava uploads. So they are always a mix of runs and walks. I don't feel like I actually tried running again after that point. I think I stopped doing a run probably in September or October 2020, and then I didn't want to go for a run anymore because it was too cold. That was always in my activity, is that I would do a lot of running in spring and summer, rarely ever in autumn or winter, because it's so cold and so dark outside. I would just get the fear of going outside. However, this round that I've been doing it right now, I've actually preferred running in the winter, and I feel like my mindset has just changed a lot. December of 2021 I start running again, so it's been a while since I've been running, so I just do a couple of runs here and there, but I'll be mainly walking. I just preferred walking all the time. And then we get to October of 2022, I decided again to try and start doing the Couch to 5k again. So this is what, my attempt number 4 maybe, and that did not last me very long. I think I just did 1 week of it and then stopped again. We move to 2023 where things changed a little bit. So my brothers, honestly, are who have got me into running this time around. In 2023, one of my brothers invited me to like a challenge on Strava to try and run, I think it was like 1,000 miles or 1,000 kilometers in a year. And I didn't want to be last. And it got to September and I was the only one on the list that had run zero the entire year, had not run any kilometers. My other brother had also started picking up running again as well, and I didn't want to be the one left out, you know what I mean? So I decided I'd start running. So I did the Couch to 5k and I completed it. I'm pretty sure in my lifespan of running, I've completed the Couch to 5k, I think, twice. Completely. I think other times I've nearly completed it or I've stopped halfway through, but this is probably my second time of completing it completely. Now, when I say Couch to 5k, it does not necessarily mean you run 5k, because a lot of the apps are time-based rather than distance-based. So the one I used was time-based, so it's about how much you can run in 30 minutes. And I used just the usual boring Couch to 5k one. I had like, I think Joe Wiley, I think the radio presenter, she was the one that was guiding me through it. Anyway, so I completed the Couch to 5k and I completed that, I think, was it just before or after Christmas time? I can't remember now. And I knew if I didn't continue running after I finished the Couch to 5k, I would just never run again. So I decided that this year I would try and run once a week and be accountable for that as well. And so far, even though I have been unwell the last 2 weeks, I even went out for a run last week and this week. Last week I had a bad stomachache. This week I've had like a cold cough. I still went out for a run. I went for a shorter than 5k run. I went for like a 3k run yesterday, last week and today. Anyway, so my 5k time is about 38 minutes. That is my personal best that I got a couple of weeks ago. And that is my normal. So I never actually reached 5k whilst I was doing the Couch to 5k because the time was 30 minutes and I obviously do it over 30 minutes. So the week after I finished the Couch to 5k, I decided I would try and run a 5k, and I did it in about 41 minutes. So I have already beaten my time this time around by 3 or 4 minutes, which is amazing. Well, 3 minutes. At the moment, I am just doing it on the weekends. I'm someone who's very scared of running in the evenings. I'm also not very good in the mornings for going for runs. So I did think about doing it during my lunch hours. That kind of fizzled out a little bit, so I have just been doing it on the weekend, usually on a Saturday morning. I have been going to park runs quite recently. I haven't this weekend or last weekend because I've been poorly and I've just been prioritising my sleep over going for park runs, but I think in the future I'll be doing park runs on a regular basis for sure. They are just genuinely quite fun to do. It's really kind of sociable and I know people who do them, so it's quite nice to kind of like bump into them and say hi when you're there. So yeah, I have been really enjoying it and it's been really fun as well because like my brothers for a couple of the park runs have been joining me. One of my brothers is doing the Milton Keynes half marathon in a couple of months time, so he's also doing a lot of running, which kind of like motivated me into running as well. And then my other brother just likes running. He's been doing park runs for several years now, so I've just been tagging along really, and it's just been like really fun, and it's like a way that we can kind of like connect as well, which I find really cool. So what am I doing now going forward? At the moment I don't really know. I kind of want to like join a race, you know. I want to have something to go like to aim for. My aim at the moment is to try and get a sub 30 park run time, which is going to take a while honestly because I am struggling at like 38 minutes, so it's going to take a while to get there, but at the moment I think it's doable. I've already cut off what 3 minutes of my time, so I think it's definitely possible. I just need to keep on at it, and now that it's getting lighter in the evenings, I think I'll be able to start running after work as well, so I'll have like additional running in the week, and I'm planning to do like shorter runs in the evenings of a weekday, and then a longer run, well, the 5k on a Saturday or Sunday. And then I guess in the future I'd like to kind of start pushing towards maybe doing a 10k again. I don't think I ever actually reached 10k when I was actually trying to do the couch to 10k, so I think that's something I'd like to try and learn and get to as well, but that's a lot of time, and it does go over an hour, so it's not something I can do in my lunch hour, so I'd have to time it correctly with the weather so I can do it after work. So that's probably something I could probably try and do maybe in the summertime, but I'm not too sure, to be honest. This time round I have thoroughly enjoyed running in the winter. I actually prefer it than in the summer, because in the summer you just get so hot. I used to be afraid of going for runs in the winter because I'd be so cold, and I don't know why I was like that. Like, it's honestly so much fun now. It's nice to do cardio alongside doing all of my weightlifting, which is also something that I am still doing. Don't fret, I am still working out. I haven't worked out in 2 weeks because I've been unwell, but I have been consistent with working out 3 times a week for quite a long time. Sometimes you have to just let it be when you are poorly. So yeah, in general I'm really enjoying running at the moment, and it's a nice way to kind of have like 30-ish minutes to myself, not looking at a screen, listening to a podcast. I'm just really enjoying it. I literally today went to a park to go for a run. That is not who I am. I'm not someone who would usually do that, but today I was like, you know what, it's nice and sunny, it's a crisp 12 degrees Celsius, let's go for a run around the park. And I did it, and I used to be so nervous about doing something like that, but I just really enjoyed that. It was so much fun. Yeah, so that's pretty much where we are now. So yeah, since 2016 up until 2024, I had definitely been a yo-yo runner. I want to buy a Garmin watch. That's probably something I want to try and get at some point in the future, because I feel like my Apple Watch isn't that great for the stats. Oh yes, I'm gonna try and run every single week of this year. That is my goal, is to get at least 1 run in a week, and I'll probably get in a lot more during the summer when it's warmer and the evenings are longer, which I'm actually looking forward to doing anyway. Any excuse to go outside and go for a little bit of a jog. At the moment it's been really nice. I've changed. I've been turned into a running girl. I'm gonna post a montage of clips of me running that I have collected over the last several months since and whilst I've been doing the Couch to 5K, and yeah, that's it. If you're gonna ask me as well before I go if I have seen any changes physically since I started running, I personally have not seen any differences. But that's the same with me for other things, like even when I've been working out, I haven't really been seeing any physical changes. But I do feel like, I mean, I am unwell at the moment, but in general, I do feel a lot more healthier whilst I've been running, and like having that fresh air has also been, I think, very, very beneficial to me. It's been nice to go out and have an excuse to leave the house as well than stay inside. And I've just been really enjoying it. Anyway, if you guys want me to do more frequent videos about me running and my journey and what I'm doing and everything, let me know. I am getting really into running right now. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I need some food. I'm very hungry after that run. I will catch you guys in my next one. I have not missed a week in running so far this year. Enjoying it.